Did you know the 1990 Jefferson nickel, a simple 5-cent coin, could hold a story far more valuable than its face value? That little piece of metal, often tossed into pockets, dropped in vending machines, or left forgotten in jars, actually represents a deeper journey into American history, minting technology, collector passion, and rare errors that can turn a common coin into a hidden treasure. Let's dive into the world of the 1990 Jefferson nickel and explore its design, history, mintage, errors, and what makes it so interesting for coin enthusiasts and everyday collectors alike. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that had circulated since 1913. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin honored Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers and the third president of the United States. The obverse, front, of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson, and the reverse, back, showcases his beloved Virginia home, Monticello. These two iconic images remained consistent for decades, creating a familiar and historic design that's easily recognizable by generations of Americans. By 1990, this design had been circulating for over 50 years, becoming a standard in American coinage. But even though millions of these coins were struck in 1990, some unique variations and little-known facts set this year apart. The 1990 Jefferson nickel was minted in two primary locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark, while those from Denver bear a small D on the obverse, just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. Combined, these two facilities produced hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels in 1990, specifically, over 582 million from Philadelphia and over 467 million from Denver. Despite the high mintage, which usually makes a coin common and easy to find, certain errors and conditions make some 1990 nickels much more valuable than others. One of the most fascinating aspects of coin collecting is the thrill of discovering a mint error. These are coins that, due to mistakes in the production process, were struck with unusual characteristics. In the case of the 1990 Jefferson nickel, there are several known error types that catch the attention of collectors. One of the most sought after is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank isn't properly centered under the die during striking, resulting in a coin that appears cut off or has part of the design missing. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin, especially if the date is still visible. Another exciting variety is the double die. This error happens when the coin is struck twice with slight shifts in alignment, causing a visible doubling of letters, numbers, or design elements. For 1990 nickels, double dies are not incredibly common, but when they are found, especially on the word Liberty or the date, they can fetch high prices at auction. A less visually dramatic but still intriguing error is the die crack or die chip. This occurs when the die used to strike the coins becomes damaged or worn, leaving behind small lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface. While these usually don't command huge premiums, they're fun to collect and show how even small imperfections can turn into collectible features. One of the most important factors that determine a 1990 Jefferson nickel's value is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. A coin fresh from circulation might grade around VF, very fine, or EF, extremely fine, while a coin that has never been used and retains its original mint luster could grade MS60 or higher. The closer a coin is to MS70, the perfect grade, the more valuable it becomes. For 1990 Jefferson nickels, coins in average circulated condition are usually worth only their face value. However, uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can sell for several dollars each. If you happen to find a rare error coin in high grade, you might be holding something worth $50, $100, or even more. Proof coins from 1990 also add a layer of value and beauty to the story. Proof coins are specially made for collectors, struck using highly polished dies and planchets to produce a mirror-like finish and sharp details. The San Francisco Mint produced proof versions of the 1990 Jefferson nickel, which can be identified by the S mint mark. These were sold directly to collectors and never intended for circulation. While not rare, proof coins in perfect PR70 condition can be worth more than their regular counterparts. The legacy of the Jefferson nickel goes beyond the coins themselves. Thomas Jefferson's image on the 5-cent piece represents not just a historical figure, but the ideals of democracy, innovation, and vision for a new nation. Jefferson's home, Monticello, remains one of America's most iconic architectural symbols of the 18th century. The decision to feature Jefferson and Monticello on the coin was a deliberate choice to reflect both leadership and cultural heritage. The 1990 nickel continued this tradition, maintaining a design that had become an anchor of American coinage. Although the design remained unchanged in 1990, later years saw significant updates. In 2004 and 2005, the U.S. Mint issued special westward journey nickels commemorating the Lewis and Clark expedition. Then, in 2006, a new forward-facing Jefferson portrait replaced the classic Felix Schlag design. This evolution means that the 1990 coin represents one of the last full decades of the original design, giving it historical importance for collectors. So next time you find a nickel dated 1990, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You might just be holding a tiny treasure with a big story. And that's the magic of coin collecting, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, one coin at a time.